Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the invitation. I know it was last minute, but somebody always tells me, stay ready. You never have to get ready. Right? Right. So, hello, everybody. I'm honored to be here. I'm so excited to join this wonderful virtual conference. My name is Rená. I hail from outside of the great city of Chicago, Illinois. And I am what they call, or what I've called myself, as a trauma recovery coach. I am a 15-year domestic abuse survivor, and also 4 times I attempted suicide. As you can see, I'm still here. And I was gunned down in front of my home, shot 4 times in my lower back 12 years ago. From that, I was in surgery for 4.5 hours. All my vital organs were hit. My lungs collapsed on the operating table. Every organ was hit except for my heart. I was paralyzed for 2.5 days, up walking by the 5th day and out of the hospital by the 8th day. To God be the glory. So I'm really, again, excited to be here. That's just a little bit about me. I'm jovial. So let me also tell you just a couple fun facts about me. One, I'm a tattoo phenomenon. I love tattoos. You can see this is my lotus flower, and I have several tattoos that, of course, are hidden throughout my body because, of course, I stay professional. And I also love roller coasters, you guys. If anything daring, and roller coasters. And I've also jumped out of a perfectly good airplane. I know most times airplanes are used to take us from one destination to another, but me personally, I took the opportunity and I jumped out of one, and it was amazing. So with this opportunity tonight, I just want to share a couple of things with you. And I call myself a trauma recovery coach because of this. Everybody suffers some type of trauma in their life, whether it be loss of a loved one, loss of a job. For myself, it was, of course, surviving domestic abuse and also being shot. And I had to learn how to get past triggers. And for me, I don't like when people say, oh, you'll eventually get over it. Oh, time heals all wounds. That's not necessarily the case, especially when we're dealing with like loss of loved ones. Sometimes it could be 14 years and you'll have a memory of that person that you lost that was so dear to you, and it'll just hit you out of nowhere. But we have to learn how to continue and live in life. And for me, because I'm still here, I know that there has to be purpose on my life. Again, I attempted suicide 4 times. And after attempting suicide, I was gunned down. So I really believe that God has a purpose, and it's a purpose for me to share my story and encourage others that they too can thrive in thereafter. And when I use the word thrive, I'm very big on acronyms. I'm very big on just positive moments, because again, there's been times when I've been down and out. There's been times when I've been very, very depressed, where I didn't want to get out the bed, where I didn't want to face another day. And I had to realize that I myself had to pull myself up by my bootstraps. No matter how much my friends tried to coax me on or pull me up to make me feel better, it was something I had to find within myself to encourage myself to do what I need to do to move on. And that for me was affirmations. So affirmations are huge for me. So I use the word thrive, and thrive, when you do acronyms, let's say every day could be something different. So today I'm going to go totally off the cuff because, again, I accept the invitation, but I'm excited, of course, just not knowing that I was going to do this. So we're just going to go off the cuff. So T for me would be today, truth. I have to live in my own truth. Whatever my day is going like today is still my day. I have to own it. So even if it's not a good day, I have to get up and I have to speak to the day and tell the day, hey, you're going to be a good day. Why? Because I said so. And even if I have some hiccups throughout the day, I have to remember I'm here for a purpose. And until my day is done, my purpose is not complete. So I have to be true to myself. Even if I don't feel the best, even if I'm not 100%, I still have to be true. So that's T. H. Hopeful. So we're going to use the word hopeful. So when we move, we are always hopeful that, nothing's going to trigger us during the day. Nothing's going to make us upset. But again, with hope, we know that hope brings life. Hope brings expectation. So I expect that my day will go well. I hope for it to go well. And if I keep speaking that throughout my day and to myself, I believe that the positivity will bubble itself over and will make me be okay. So R. I myself like the word resilient. I'm very resilient. As you all can see, I've survived what I've survived. And everybody, like I said, anything that you're going through, you have to just learn how to push past it. Triggers are going to happen. And I'll explain after this how I work through my triggers. But I'm resilient. I believe that all women are powerful and can be resilient or are resilient. And I believe that if you all tap into that resiliency, that you all can make things happen. Where we at? We're at I. Innovative. Innovative. We're women that like to empower. Empowerment is good. We are all on here for a reason. We all want to be encouraged. We all have ideas and stuff that are down inside of us. We just have to find the time to pull it out and figure out what we're going to do. So if you come throughout your day and say, today I'm going to be innovative. What am I going to do? I'm going to figure out something that nobody's ever done before, or I'm going to figure out something that I've never done for myself that's going to pull me and push me into my better. We're all moving to evolve. We all want better life. So if we start being innovative, little things. I'm sorry, excuse me. I didn't turn my house phone off. I apologize. So we have to be innovative to have witty ideas, come up with classes. I mean, I think we all have something down the inside of us that we share our stories, that we're able to speak, we're able to teach other people where we're going. That's a part of innovation. Innovation is just another part of learning. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be innovative. V, victorious. Hey, we are all victorious. I don't care what you've been through in life. If you've had a struggle, if you've had if you've suffered something, you've lost something, you are victorious. I myself, I don't call myself a victim. I am a survivor. And in surviving, I've been victorious. I've taken back my own authority in my situation to say that I am better than what I was, that I've survived what I've survived for a reason. And in that, I'm victorious. And nobody can take my victory away from me. My victory is, I always say, the enemy 0, René 1. It's always going to be the same. I always win. I win because God says I win. Okay? E. Well, I've already used evolve. So let's see, what else can I use? Energy. Every day you got to get up. You got to have that new energy. You got to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and keep it moving. Energy. I mean, if we got to get that cup of coffee going, if we got to just repeat to ourselves over and over again, I got energy, I got energy. I promise you, if you repeat these words or any word that you choose, that's your affirmation word for the day, and you repeat it to yourself throughout the day, it's going to do some changes to you. It's just like what they say, 21-day form a habit. If you get into the habit of using affirmations daily, they're going to bring positivity to your life. It's going to help you get over some major hurdles, and it's even going to push you to a better space. I used affirmations, like I said, I believed in journaling. So I would write down how I felt, no matter how good or bad it was. But I realized I was starting to write more bad than good. And in order to change that around, I just figured out, like, okay, there's got to be something positive. Even though I would go to God's word, sometimes God's word to me, it was empowering, but it wasn't enough. I had to do something on my own to pull out my own strength to get what and again, I'm inspired by God. I know all of it comes from him, but I had to find things that do for me. So again, affirmations work well for me, and I hope they work for you as well. Now, when I talk about triggers, like for me, I'll give you an example of a trigger. I was gunned down after my ex-husband put me out of our home. My ex-husband was not the person who shot me, but I really do believe that he had something to do with the person who came and shot me. It was just too coincidental in the way the incident happened. And it was an African-American male, about 6'1" in stature, medium complected, had on winter clothes because it happened in the dead of winter. And I still can see his face because he didn't have anything covering his face. So now, and I did not realize it until I went back to work some 6 or 7 months later, because at that time I was a United States postal letter carrier and I had to be on the street. And a gentleman that resembled this guy walked up on me to ask me for his mail. Now I know it wasn't the guy, but he looked like him. So immediately I was triggered. I stepped back. I told him I needed some room. Because he wanted his mail so bad, he became very agitated. Even though I was nowhere near his home, he thought he could just walk up to me, give me his ID, and I would accommodate him by giving him his mail. It scared me. So I asked him, please, to give me 500 feet. I needed him to go away. I will be at his house within 30 minutes to 40 minutes, but he refused to. So I actually put all of my mail back in my vehicle, shut my truck down, and I ended up driving around the block or something, maybe 2 or 3 blocks away, and I froze, literally. I think I sat in the car and I cried. hysterically, and I didn't call back to the office. Somebody eventually came out and found me because I had not reported back to the station. From there, and I'm a big firm believer in getting professional help. I had to seek the counsel of a therapist. And from there, I identified my triggers, which of course was African American men. But because I live in a world where men are constant and I'm going to have to deal with them on some shape, form, or another, or even me wanting to have a healthy relationship with an African American male, I would have to learn how to not put all men in a box thinking that they were going to try to assassinate me. So I identified the trigger. And what I do is anytime, and now of course it's 12 years later, I'm still a lot better. I'm a lot better, but there are some days, especially in wintertime, around the time when it happens, that I get kind of on edge, kind of antsy, uncomfortable. So I do breathing exercises and I talk to myself, I talk myself off that ledge and just basically say, hey, this is not the person. I can't live in fear. Fear, of course, one of the acronyms of fear is false evidence appearing real. The enemy would like for me to think that every African American male is going to be out to kill me. I can't believe that. That's not fair. That's not what God intends for me to walk in. So I have to take breathing exercises. I calm myself down. And I may even force myself to get past the trigger is to actually deal with the situation head on. So even if I see the male, I may purposely go close enough to them to pull myself up out of it just to speak and keep walking. That gives me back my power as far as the trigger is concerned. Then I could calm down even more and I continue about my day. So I tell people all the time, whatever is triggering you, the first thing you need to do is breathe. Take a deep breath, relax your heart rate, relax your anxiety, and we're going to deal with it head on. So I do coach people and I help them get through the steps. And that's just what I am doing now. That is a short and good story to start off this wonderful for me, because I know I hope that Ms. Gertrude will have me back again at the appointed time, and that's going to be awesome. But if anybody's interested, I am on IG, I am on Facebook. If you all want to connect with me under Why René, if anybody inboxes me or DM me, I do have a free book of affirmations. I'll be more than happy to send you all. I just have a little survey that you got to fill out that's like 7 questions long. And then I will email you the book, the ebook that you can find on my site. So thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm excited. I appreciate it.